Hey, we here. Therapy without a degree. Chapter 200.
200!
Hey.
Why didn't I get balloons? I should have got balloons.
Yeah, right? Just a single balloon with just 200.
Yeah, right. Yo, I don't know. They were dropping some fire just now. I don't know if it's cause 200 is maybe.
No, it's when
No,
me
it's
and
just
Nat.
like we just were talking
Get
about.
together.
You know why? Because I have so many questions. I'm always like, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm curious, like how, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
Y'all.
My
like,
brain is always out there because I don't think like I'm on Earth. I think like outside of the galaxy looking in. Like there's so much more, but we're focused on like little things. Like, yo, what if I just let my mind just go a little further
that's
out?
another thing. Like to what I said before. Right now, you can kind of take you out of you and see yourself.
Right.
Fucking, it's crazy.
Right. I could take myself out further out,
Further.
looking at
And
myself.
see you from like, outside,
Right.
like out of a plane's perspective.
Right.
It's just crazy, man. Y'all gotta listen to that book.
I think
too.
it's through experience that usually you can link that. Because if I never knew what above looked like on TV or anything, I would never know what that would look like from a perspective, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Like if you've never been on a plane before and you've never seen any footages of looking at a plane down, you would never know how to grasp what the world would look like, whether it's smaller or bigger from above.
Sure.
Right?
I guess, but it depends too. Like, could you grasp that from just seeing a picture? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, could you not grasp that from only video footage or never even having been in a plane, but maybe just seeing the point of view?
Right.
Right? Like, there's so many different ways that I think that we take in information and our brain filters it out, you know?
And we're limited too on how much of our brain that we could actually fucking see. I mean, I use.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm okay with that though.
Like, well, I guess that's what explains
I
height
mean-
differences. Like, if a baby were to stand up and look down, that's technically somewhat high to them for a minute, and eventually, as they get older, they get used to the height.
Yeah.
But then, if you put them somewhere higher, they're like, "Wait, I'm not used to this type of height. This is giving me anxiety."
It's like dogs. When I lift up Princess, she's like, "Whoa!"
Exactly. She's like, "Whoa, what's going on in here?"
But yeah, we here.
We don't even know what we're talking about.
Yeah, we just kicking it. We kicking it. We got Mr. Zane over here. I Am Zane Magazine. I Am Zane Studios.
Yes, sir.
And then we got Nat Cruz.
Hola. How y'all doing today?
Yes. And then Tay could not make it. He really, really wanted to be here for this episode, but he could not make it. So maybe we'll get a call in later from him. We will see. But what's up, y'all? What y'all been up to? Like,
Watching animes, watching movies back to back, and then and then I got a new camera, so I've been playing around with that. Woo, 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 woo.
I'm getting a camera quarter.
You getting a camera? Oh, the old one. Oh, I still got the other. I have since I changed my room and everything. I'm taking all the old cameras. I'm organizing it and whatnot. It's gonna be in its own bin.
a little collection.
A little collection. Your camera is like that's super ancient.
Yeah, no, that's just for show. But I want to make one to do like home movies and stuff like.
Oh, like
like
a Super 8.
Yeah, like no, like like the little joint camera quarter joints that you used to see.
Oh,
like,
these
like
the
your
one.
mom and dad would have
Got it.
recorded your, recital. If
Right. That one. That'd be dope.
those, yeah.
Is it a new one or is it an older one?
No, just a new.
Oh, it's a new one. That's gonna
probably
be interesting.
2012 maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna get one though.
I want to get one. Yeah, one of the old school
Just like
ones.
a throwaway joint, like just so when we're kicking it, bullshit. Stuff
Yeah,
to
you
look
just-
back at. Yeah.
Yeah, just pull it up.
That would be
I'd love to do
interesting.
that.
Not out here making a documentary,
Little do we
award-winning
Home movies. Yeah.
home movie.
That would be fire, yo.
Yes, on the joys of friendship. That's what it's gonna be called.
On the, what is it?
On the joys of friendship.
Okay.
No.
It's like working title, working title.
What about you now? What you been doing?
Oh gosh, I've been staying busy at work. This is picking up a lot. But also, you know, we were preparing for art classes, and I've been doing horse riding with Mello, so that's been fun too.
That's fine.
Yeah, so it's been good. We've been staying.
Have you
busy.
guys been riding the horse, or has the horse been riding y'all?
No, Mello's doing awesome, and I have class tomorrow early, so it's been well. It's so much fun, honestly.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Is it far out?
No, it's about 30 minutes away. Seton, Hackney, and Morristown. They're really awesome over there.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Go check them out, people.
definitely check them out.
I rode a horse before. That was years ago. That was like when I was younger.
Yeah.
My aunt, she lives in Montclair, so like whatever her kids were doing, then I was just there. So there was like horses there and whatnot. I was like, oh, I guess there's horses here.
He's like, why not?
Right now, and that's how I rode a horse.
How was that experience?
It was interesting because I'm not afraid of like animals except for like insects, like one in particular. But other than that, like I was like, oh sweet, a horse, I get to ride on it. Some people are like, oh my god, a horse, I'm not riding that. Yeah. But I kind of like tackled it, and I had the thing with clowns, so I didn't fuck with clowns.
That's okay. That's fair enough.
Wait, how did the horse and the clown?
Because that's usually where at the parties.
Really?
Yeah. So it was just like if you were to choose fear, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna ride this horse. Take my chances with the horse.
We're gonna run over them fucking clowns.
Right. Exactly. If I had to dip out, then the horse, we out.
Yo, now what's the number one place people get tattoos? Like the number one place on their body.
You mean? Oh, I was gonna say location on their body. That's a really interesting question. Now that I'm thinking about it, hold on, let my brain make data.
Make data. See the gears turning.
I would probably say the arm. The arm is such an easy area, and it's something that's like pretty safe. You know, like even for like the working person, like it's like the upper arm is like classic. That's probably probably the most tattoo. For small tattoos, it's like the wrist or the ankle.
What about the forearm?
Yeah, forearm is probably second. You know, most popular. Like forearm, like probably, and like legs are probably like the second most popular. But I would say number one is arm. Even like somebody that like, you know, have never been tattooed before. That's like, let's say like, I'll throw a number out, like 70 years old, first tattoo that they're getting in their whole life. They're gonna be like, put it right here.
Right.
They're not going to tell me, put it on my thigh, you know, or put it on my back shoulder. I want to see it. And this spot is like, you know, we have all gotten shots in our upper arm before. It's not so bad. So, yeah, I think it's a pretty safe spot. I think that's why people get it.
Yo, how many tattoos do you think you've done?
Thousands.
Definitely over thousands, especially when you get
I do like 1,000 a year.
You should do the
and
math.
I've been doing it for...
Like, what's your average daily?
Oh, depends. On a busy day, maybe I do like 6 tattoos on like
times that by 360. No, you don't work 365 days.
5 times 52, right?
Yeah.
Hold
on.
Which is how
5
many days
times 52 is 260.
Okay.
And how many you do?
Times,
maybe what?
let's say
4?
on average, let's say the minimum 3 a day.
3? Yeah. Jesus Christ. 780 a year. You've been tattooing since you were 16?
Yeah. So on average 780 a year or more. So I shave a lot of people, man.
Times that by Jesus Christ.
And then
that's approximate.
And then take that, and then let's say you just charge everybody. You said that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say that. So 40. Let's say you just charge everybody at a minimum. You're getting paid $75 from each tattoo.
So Nat out here gonna be just buying us Teslas.
That's after years. I wish I could see that. I wish.
Before taxes.
I'm doing better though that I've ever done in my career. So Jesus. I'm not gonna complain.
Dog beef. Sorry, it's not being edited. Sorry.
That's funny.
But that's a lot of fucking tattoos.
Yeah. So it, you know, I listen. You guys work on like your like creative things that you do, and when you're doing it all the time, you just
Do it.
you do it. You get you get good and you build that experience. So pay people when they tell you their rate.
Right.
Okay, because if somebody charges you the rate they're charging is because it's that plus all the years that they worked on their craft.
Right. They shouldn't have to explain. If you don't like it, and then be like, all right, well, it's out of my
That's
budget,
okay.
and then just go. That's it. That's all you have to say. You don't have
That's
to.
it. But
people-
don't haggle with artists.
Right. Or that's too much.
Please
You
do
should
not
price
haggle
less.
don't, man, don't. Please stop.
You're like, nah, abort that.
If they buying that shit in bulk and you trying to buy bulk, you know what? Go haggle the bulk buyers.
Right.
But for creators that are making custom things for you, or images or videos, or video editing or graphic designs, man, pay them their rate or find somebody else.
Right.
That's it.
Word.
That's it.
I feel y'all on that. So also, like, since this is episode 200, like, I don't know what if y'all had any on your mind. We do have one topic, but kind of before that, I kind of wanted to, like, if y'all had any, like, good memories so far of all these 200 episodes, or, like,
I have a few, but
anything
I'll
y'all
let
want to
you
get into, anything y'all want to say, like, this is 200, yo. This is big. This is a big deal.
dude, 200.
I think the best one of 200 is the toothbrush episode.
I was thinking
Hands
the same
down.
thing, dude.
Hands down.
I laughed so hard. I was crying. I was laughing so hard.
That's reign supreme. I'm sorry.
It sure does, man.
That was- and we had everybody on that podcast.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had everybody on our live show when Tay was here in the flesh.
Right.
That was amazing. What else?
It was fire to get
Oh, when
him.
we had that race, and then you almost fell into the
I
deepest,
fell in
darkest
the
pit.
fucking and nobody has that on video.
The pits of Tartarus.
I'm so mad because I usually get a
I
lot of
almost
shit on
fucking
video.
broke my knee, man.
I was like, "What
That
is
shit-
this?"
No,
Like that
stop.
shit. Like you lost. Like hurt. It was like right over here. That's how
Hold on,
much.
give them context because I don't know what you're talking
Oh
about.
yeah. So it was.
in
So
the field in Lodi, a baseball field.
right. There was a giant pit hole. Right, and it was up to like her
It
knee.
was like a rabbit pit.
It was like a yeah. I guess
Like a
yeah.
rabbit pit.
It was like an hour after the event ended in September.
Yeah.
We decided to
We took a
race.
shot. We all took edibles because
Right.
I don't know who convinced me to take one. But by the time we got to
I
think-
the pizzeria, I was tossed. I was like,
Oh, that's on the nugs, the
nugs.
edible nugs. That's what it
"Man,
was.
listen."
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, and he was like, "Yo, this," and then that's when we looked at each other like, "Yo, let's race."
Yeah, we were like drinking, dancing. We were like, let's do this. It was so nice out. Yeah.
And I was doing a loop.
I don't know what you were doing.
I was trying to find y'all, but
oh
like,
my god.
Yeah, we were running. That's what we were doing. And then we went to Pizza Town.
Pizza Town
And then
was great.
just I powdered my face with Zeppelis.
It was, oh my god, shout out to y'all because I don't know what fucking, I had no money. I don't know how. I don't even know where it went. I don't know if I even had my wallet with me that day. And I was like, oh shit, nah, I'm good. They was like, nah, what you want? I'm like, oh my god, I want one slice pizza. All right, thanks.
That was
Please.
amazing
that shit,
pizza.
that shit was dumb.
That
was
shit
dumb.
hit.
Oh my god, what?
We were just like, oh
'Cause
my
we was,
god.
we was working all day.
Yeah, the
We
whole
were out
yeah.
there.
Talking, we out here entertaining, and it was just like it drained.
Oh my god.
Well, that one wasn't as long. The longest one was the art therapy
Yeah, definitely.
Which
in
one?
Passaic.
In Passaic.
Oh yeah, that was a long
Yeah,
one.
because we stood till the lights turned.
That
on.
was 2 to 9.
Right.
I don't think we realized how long. That was a
You know
fire.
why though? Because it was like it was a little bit warmer too. Was that summer?
No, it was
That-
No,
October.
that was October. Oh shit!
But it was
that's
still
why.
nice out.
If it was summer, it would have been still like this outside at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty
It
dope.
was nice though.
It was a nice weather, and obviously when it was dark, it was getting cold and whatnot. But that was dope. I like anytime it was like those art performances
I
and
love
music
those.
performances. It's pretty
Yeah,
dope.
that mix.
Those are my favorite.
I like the art therapy, the first one, the one we had where they almost bought out all my photos, and that was just for display. I was like, I don't got nothing, guys. They bought it all.
Yeah.
They bought it all. But yeah, I was DJing. So now I was selling work. I was DJing.
Working.
Working. It was fun.
This guy was hustling. He was everywhere.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's fun. Oh my gosh.
And then my
Even-
girl was like, looked like my curator
Oh my God.
next to my artwork. I was like, this is too official just for me.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Fucking
That was awesome.
The music therapy joint. You got the
Yeah.
word.
Classic.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a
That
dope
one
little
was
song.
awesome.
Yeah, it was a little small event, but it was cool. It was a nice
that was
night
cool.
out.
That, man, we had, oh my God, we lit that bar up. Come on. We lit that bar up. Okay.
Oh yeah, that shit was
It
gonna
was,
be dead.
we had a good time.
Yeah, we gotta do more of those.
Well, now we back. Now events could happen again.
Right, July 4th around that
No,
time.
they
First is New York. I don't know what
No,
we
they
have.
announced
March
it
18th.
Today?
May 19th.
May 19th.
May 19th.
Well, you know why though? That's because Memorial Day is coming up.
Right, I'm like y'all.
Listen.
Let's not have the podcast on that. But
Oh, yeah, no.
I'm not gonna lie. I can't wait to go dancing.
I
She's
can't wait.
like, word.
I can't wait, but it's just very predictable that every time they always manage to open up a little more when it's sales
It's gonna
time.
help you.
Of course.
Especially when December
That's
hit.
a compromise though that they're making. You know.
Right. I was like, oh, y'all could come. Oh, okay, cool. Because it's like that's your biggest sale. And then they conveniently have to open up before summer, spring break.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of people make their money, especially Jersey.
Yeah.
Surprise.
And all
Yeah,
the
on the
jobs are
coast.
gonna hire now for the summer, the summer
Right,
jobs and shit like that. And then we'll slowly get back to normal. But yeah, so we'll be back with our events soon. That's what we got to start talking about next. But yeah, we had so many different events and just the episodes. Like we would have been at, because if you do the math,
we didn't really stop, honestly.
with what?
We kept on dropping episodes.
Well, yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, because if you did the math, there was definitely, it should have been more episodes than 200 because it's been more than 4 years. We're going on 5.
Right.
So that just counts for the weeks that we missed and shit, but that's still not bad. It's still pretty accurate. It's still pretty close.
Right.
Like, if I do the math, we probably should have been at, like, 210 maybe, 212, maybe even 215, something like that, but that's still not bad.
No.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's pretty good. I gotta say, guys.
Yeah, it's decent. You know what I mean? For fucking almost 5 years.
That's pretty good.
Word.
Trying to look at some of the memories.
And then, thank God I saw Zane at that Dunkin' that day. Remember when we pulled you in for your episode?
Which episode was that?
Well, I saw you at the Dunkin' with Lenny. Before you were
Which Dunkin'?
On Route 4.
Because I thought you were talking about the Dunkin' in Bergen.
Nah.
Route 4.
Yeah, I saw you. I was doing Uber. It was late at night.
Oh, that's probably the only Dunkin' that I go to. That's like my that's my office.
Your old office?
That's my office.
Not,
Yeah,
not the one on Route 3.
inside. Not the one on Route 3.
Route 4.
Route 4. I don't remember Route 4.
Stop, I can't tell the difference.
Yeah,
Right.
Okay, no, I do. I know.
Route 4,
Route 4 is Blick.
Fairlawn.
Is Blick?
Route 4
Yes.
is Blick.
Oh.
Route 3 is Michael's. Think of it like that.
Okay.
4 is Blick, 3 is Michael's.
I'm glad Nat filled in the blank
There
because
you
I
go.
would have never
Yeah.
got that.
And then once you start getting by Chuck E. Cheese, that's 17.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, y'all were in the Dunkin' Donuts. It was you and Lenny. And it was late. And I was doing Uber. I stopped and used the bathroom. I saw you. And then I think that's when we said, we're like, we got to get you on a pod. So we had you on a pod, episode like 33, something like that.
Right.
And then shortly after, it was funny because actually, if you want to be technical, Tay was actually on right before you.
Right.
Because Tay reached out. I was Dolo for a couple episodes. And then Tay reached out. And it was like, we were really kicking it. We were really vibing. I was like, oh shit, like you don't expect that sometimes for it to like work that well.
Right.
Especially when you don't know someone, especially just via the internet like that.
Right.
And he was like, yo, can I come on again next week? I was like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. And then I think the following week, I think the third time is then when you were on. And then Yao and Tay were on the same episode. It was the Our Kids Expensive episode.
Oh.
That was
I
our
remember
first
that.
one.
Yeah.
I got in trouble for that episode, but it's all good. Still a great episode.
Ah, that's funny. You can never do anything really ultimately, right?
Never.
Why did you get in trouble?
We'll talk about that off air because then I'll get in trouble again.
Oh yeah, I remember.
I got in trouble. But and years later too, like years later.
Oh yeah, I remember. Okay, never mind.
You remember?
I remember because I texted you about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think. Well, that's a bonus if you want that.
That's on a
Yeah,
Patreon.
We gotta open
pay
up the
for that.
Patreon. All right, I'll lay it all out for Patreon. All right, if you pay us, I'll lay it all out. I don't give a fuck. All
That's
right,
hilarious.
I'm with the shits. But so yeah, y'all were on that episode, and we did that. That was like, 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019. 2019 that was like March of like 2018. That was like March of 2018, right? And then by the end of the year, Nat was on.
It's crazy.
Yeah, because we had the new studio.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
when Marvin was on the 3rd floor.
Yeah. That was a
Yeah.
different whole.
We had one episode. I had one episode in there, and then the next one it was downstairs.
Yeah, we were up there for a few. We had, because we were in Little Ferry from when you came on, from about, and it was crazy, bro, because we be doing a lot of shit. We don't realize how fast we do these things, because you were on, like I said, March-ish of, which I'm gonna look up the date, but it was like March-ish of 2018, right? That's when you and Tay were both officially on, and then by,
I want to say October.
but yeah, we were.
I would have to say,
It was like fall
Yeah.
when I came on.
Because then we had to do a couple in your crib because I left Little Ferry.
Right.
But I'm saying, from that time, then we switched up the studio. We studio in Little Ferry.
Right.
It was almost the way we wanted it.
Right. And then
and the
things
table
changed.
We had the table.
Right.
Right. And life happened. Right.
Right.
We did a couple episodes in yours. We did the episode in Garfield where you thought I was gonna kidnap you.
Oh yeah. No, we were about to.
Yeah, we were about
that
to.
That was the attempt. No, we were scouting. Let's talk about this.
Tell them that story because I'm gonna look up something real quick.
Yeah, so we were scouting for. I was like, yo, I have a place in. I think it was in Passaic.
It was Passaic.
It was in Passaic. No, he was like, oh, I got a place in Passaic. You know, we're gonna check out the studio, check it out. So he said, yeah, yo, meet me at this address. So I'm driving, and then it's like behind the factories, right? I was like, all right, cool. So I'm driving there, and I get there. There's like no cars, no nothing, just trucks. So I'm just there waiting. I was like, I think I'm here at the address, and he shows up with a friend. And then she was like, oh, yeah, I like your car. Can I see? I was like, yeah, you can see. And then I was saying to myself, I was like, and Joe was there too. I was like, so is this how it ends? This
like,
how they gonna do me? I was like, all right. I guess I was like, it might as well be with someone I know. And then and then he was like, no, man.
It was mad dark.
It was dark. There was no lights back there, just my car lights and whatnot. But we still were waiting for the
car.
Right, and I just got that car. I was like, this is not even a really good car either. It's not even that crazy. So then obviously that didn't happen, but so then the guy comes out and he was showing us the spot, and it was just janky. And I was like, if I feel this way driving here, what do you think a guest is gonna feel like driving in the back corner of a factory?
Shit was rough.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I'm gonna have to find somewhere else. And I think that's when we went to Passaic. No, we went to Mara Studio.
At that point, yeah.
That was the next one. Then we went to Mara
names
Studio.
Of some of the episodes.
Sleeping with Bestie. What?
Yeah, that was before your time.
That sounds like the name of like a porn title.
Sleeping.
Maybe.
Well, man, those
back.
titles getting out of hand. I'm sorry.
Shit gets too crazy, and I'm like,
What,
why
in
are you
porn?
showing me Stepsister for the 5th time?
You know what it is? It's there's an algorithm in there based on your area. If you go on a map, they show you like a map of
it's like
United
if you go
States,
to,
and it tells you what's the most common search.
Yeah.
I was like, that makes so much sense.
Yeah,
It makes so much sense.
yeah, I know. I'm just like, oh, this is interesting.
Right.
Wow, I was right.
Chapter 59.
Yeah, chapter 59, March 5th, 2018. That was the official episode back with y'all. And Tay was on these 2, so he was on 2 before that, and then it was just like I said, that was history. And then your episode was, let's see the date. Oh, that was we got lit up for that episode.
Oh,
Yeah, that was fun.
There'll be some.
That was when I was recording. I recorded that.
Yours was December 10th, 2018.
Yeah, it was cold that day.
Yeah.
I remember.
Because we were already there. We were there for a little bit. We were there at Bravery for a few weeks.
Right.
And we were there at Bravery for a few weeks. We had Philly Fame.
Right.
We had Alex. And then we had some phone ones, some regular ones with just me and you.
Right. The guy who was trying to sell to us.
The e-commerce?
Yeah, e-commerce.
Yeah, but he's really good, but he was just like.
It was very commercial.
It was very commercial. We had the guy Tony Rossi on there. We had that girl Liv Gold. Yeah, we had some interesting.
I like the room setup. It was dark. I mean, it was dope.
The first one you saw up there on the 3rd floor.
Yeah, The way it was
That was
like set
cool.
up and whatnot. And then the second floor, it was like a little more, then they added lights, and then like it made it look like it was like a studio.
Yeah, it
Like
started
a
ramping up.
radio show.
Yeah, it started ramping up, and then shortly in March we did the event.
Yeah.
Right.
So only from that was on December to March, and that should have felt like a whole year.
But then she became a member shortly.
Yeah, right
before.
after. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, we won that. I was like, who's your nomination, Nat?
Nah, we both just looked at each other like, nah.
Honestly, I couldn't believe that you guys called me back.
Really?
No, of course not.
Nah.
I don't win stuff.
She's like,
you won us.
Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel.
I was like, she needs to be a partner.
I don't know if
business.
I primed you guys with food or not at that point.
Nah, you already listening to the podcast, and you would have like full conversations on it. So I was like, you listen to the podcast? All right, we're gonna have to make this work.
Yeah, that shit was
shows
official.
about nothing.
Yeah.
Bonus episode.
Yeah, it was. I don't even remember what that was, but
I think we were probably ranting.
The Men in Black NYC edition when that blue light.
Yeah, you see what I'm talking about? You better record that and put it on a hard drive. Like put that on a hard drive somewhere because no one believes me. Like I was like, we all experience it. It's like I don't remember that. I'm like,
I
what?
remember
Yeah,
that. That was
a
a
big deal.
transformer that exploded, and because it was like a misty night, right? It was like diffused. Listen,
I don't believe that bullshit.
All right,
aliens arrived.
I'll take it. You know what? Listen,
that was crazy. All the way in Queens. Stop it, please.
Yeah, man.
Please.
Light
That
is
shit was
weird.
And the fact that I was able to see
we
that
saw that shit from here.
from Jersey Water from Queens, there's no way that I was able to see that.
I mean, listen, we saw the smoke from the Twin Towers.
We did, but it was there. It was there. I saw it from Lodi. We were here and we saw it, but the light.
Got a good view.
We saw on the TV,
we saw.
And we went outside because
we
we're a little higher up, so we were able to see at a distance. But we were like, "What the fuck?"
I only saw the video of it. I never actually saw it.
Yeah, it was intense. I remember that day. If I were to make a movie of it, it felt like the day was like. I felt like if we were being invaded by aliens or something.
Like D-Day, yeah.
Yeah, D-Day. I'm like, what's going on? Like, there was kids being taken out. They were getting sent home. And then I was practically the only one in class. I was like, so I don't have to do homework no more? Like, I was thinking, like, basic stuff. Yeah.
Both of our parents were like, nah, y'all can stay.
Exactly. That's what my mom didn't even bother. She just let me stay in school.
I was waiting for that phone call.
Right. I was like, yo, I'm about to go home. My mom was not having that. You guys gonna stay there till the school is done. Because she be moving. She be working. So she's not gonna just leave just to come get me.
Let me try to make one phone call.
That was insane. But I was looking at old pictures and whatnot of like, but we did so many things.
Yeah, we did. Let me see if this guy answers. Yeah, that live podcast was lit. For only being at Bravery too.
And then we were at the Patterson studio for like a week.
Yeah. Because at that point, it just really made no sense. Because I got this place.
Right.
So at that point, it just made no sense because I was like, we had this place, and it was just like, why? So.
Right.
And then we've already been here for fucking.
Over you.
Yeah. And the transition is crazy. And even before Tay, like the first couple episodes, shit, we did it mad locations. Like if y'all think we did a lot of locations with us, that first year getting shit together, that shit was mad locations. It was the first year was 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it was like 3 locations.
And then we did a throwback, I think, that same year when we were doing the recording.
It was 19, at Bravery, yeah.
Yeah, we were still doing we went to the city.
It was fall.
It was cold as shit that day.
Yeah, it was fall. I remember that.
Yeah, we went out there 2 days. We did the throwback failure Thursdays. And then we had the events all, 2019, that was when that event was at the end of the year in October. Yeah, man, we've been definitely staying busy, and I think we gave a lot of really, really solid content so far, and I think we're obviously going to continue that. And then the trips, me and this guy went to LA recently.
God, those are episodes in themselves.
Right.
Yeah, just
Those
the
count as
trips.
episode.
Yeah, pretty much. What do y'all feel? So from 200, what do y'all feel we could have did on the flip side? So now I think we you know we said a lot of the moments that shit were dope. On the flip side, what do you think we could have did better?
I think honestly, love I love deep diving into conversations.
Word.
I'm cool. I'm okay with spending a solid hour, 45 minutes talking about the same topic and seeing kind of like where it leads us. I don't know. What do you think?
I guess more phone calls, but obviously
Phone
people
calls
who
are
are
great.
waiting, like
Yeah.
they instead of us like kind of searching, we have like we're gonna call you, be ready at this time, kind of like how they do at the radio
I
station.
actually like the live call-in shows. I love.
You like that?
Yeah, because it throws you a curveball. You don't know,
Yeah.
like obviously we can do call screening, but I like it for that reason that you don't necessarily know what the person might be wanting to talk about. It's like it's like having a guest on,
Yeah.
but for a very short period of time.
Exactly. That makes sense. Anything else? Anything else, Zane?
No, that's about it.
Call-ins, yeah. I would say just the call-ins are always dope. And sometimes I like those better than even the in-person guests are great too, but sometimes the call-ins I like a little bit better.
I feel like there's a little bit air of anonymity to it.
Yeah.
Sometimes, obviously, we might know who they are, but you guys don't have to know who they are. And with that type of anonymity, you tend to get a little bit of honesty, and honesty always makes for great conversations. No matter what you're talking about, as long as you can be honest, there can be some type of dialogue there.
1000%. I would say probably just I mean beyond like that, I would just say maybe a little bit more engagement in probably the group. Like I'm trying to be a little bit more engaged in like the Facebook group, not like our messenger.
Yeah.
But like that actual group, just building that audience. Really that, just as far as like not sticking with. I think we do a really good job. Like once we're on autopilot, I think we do a really, really good job of that. We get into that rhythm and we be pretty consistent. Even if we fall off a little bit because of our personal stuff going on, we're able to kind of bounce back really good. But I do think what we could have did better, at least in the time, was just being a little bit more active with the certain groups and stuff like that. Just a little bit more, because it's like, but it's tough though, because it's like, yo, you can only do so fucking much. But like if I could try to just think of something, like that's probably what I would say.
Yeah, sometimes those groups get to a point where they're self-sustaining, but you need to kind of like almost like start them up.
Yeah.
Right. Because it is self-sustaining. Sometimes you just say one thing and they just go off.
Oh yeah,
I can make people triggered.
I was gonna say you could just put it in the room and just walk away.
Yeah, but it's doing that. That's what I'm saying. Like it's doing those things. Like we definitely do it every once in a while. We'll have something and we drop it, but just probably just a little more consistent with that. I would say that's it. I think we surpassed like goals of like events and shit like that. I think we killed that. You know what I mean? Like all those different type of things, and it's been a fucking amazing ass fucking journey. Like yes,
This is Wings and Vision.
yes.
This is before I
awesome.
joined.
That's crazy.
What was the date?
That was 17. December 17. 7th, 17.
Yeah, that was right before.
Yeah, that was before I went to LA.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we talked about some good shit. And you made shit happen, right?
Yeah, I did. Went out to LA. But I haven't been on a plane. That was 17. I've been on a plane since 2001.
Wow.
So before 9/11, I didn't take a plane ever.
Look what some wings will do.
Feed somebody, they'll do everything.
Yes. Yeah.
Nah, those
You got to bring that back. That's what you got to bring back.
Yeah, that was going for a long time up until the pandemic, actually.
Right. I know you had a couple people and whatnot.
It was moving towards the end.
It was moving. So I think it's time to bring that back, man.
Yeah.
Bring Wings and Vision back.
Yeah. Nah, 1000%. That was pretty fucking cool too. You know what I'm saying? It was just like once the pandemic happened, like I'm not the whole virtual guy. Like,
right.
I don't know. I got shit to me is like we gotta do shit in person. So I didn't even I could have did the whole virtual stuff, but it was just like nah. Yeah. But yeah, that is definitely that would be cool too to do that. I have to restructure that, bring that back. It's funny. I was actually thinking about that when I was writing down some like of my personal goals and our goals and stuff like that. Just I was like, yeah, I gotta bring that back. I was like, I didn't even write it down though, because I was like, I want to revamp that like ASAP,
Yeah.
like as soon as possible. Maybe make like a new graphic or some shit. That would be cool. And then Tay came out. This finally meeting him in person.
Oh, that was great.
That shit was fire.
That was
Like,
awesome.
That was
That was a great surprise.
2020.
Yeah. Well, that was the first time we met him.
Yeah.
It was in 2020.
Yeah.
Oh wow, look at that.
So it took,
That was before. That was when the
Doesn't feel
pandemic
like
was.
it, though,
it
because
does-
we've had so many great conversations.
Right. I feel
It
like
was
I've already met him physically.
I was gonna say it's just like, oh, now you're taller.
it was almost 2
Right,
years.
it was way taller than I thought.
Me
it
too,
was.
yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. That's why I was like, I don't know who this guy. Wait a minute.
Tay's smile, his laugh is contagious.
Oh, it is. It is
It's
contagious.
so fucking contagious.
I'm just like, man, I can't not like. If it was like a laughing, like don't laugh, I'm like, I'm
It's like,
losing.
I can't.
I
Yeah.
can't.
Oh, we had a great time.
And it was crazy because it actually, looking back now at the dates, it was almost exactly 2 years from the time we met him.
That's really cool.
How?
Because remember, his first episode was March 5th. Well, with you, his first episode was March 5th.
Oh, 2 years.
2 years.
Oh, okay.
So he was on a pod for 2 years before we actually, like, really met him in person.
That's wild. That's 2 years that just flew.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Time goes by fucking crazy, crazy quick when you're having fun.
Right.
Word.
You're gonna catch random moments of me just staring at the camera and smiling.
Nah, that's fine.
We're just gonna freeze frame it and send it to
I'm
you.
just like-
Different compilations and
Yeah,
make like a
out of
little.
context.
It'll be like a little. What do you call it? It just goes through like a
Just a-
boomerang.
yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna just call random people.
It was funny because I think on the other podcast I was just like randomly looking at like shit on the ground. I was
Yeah.
just like,
So I had a thought.
Yeah.
And I know it sounds crazy. I guess it's because I haven't been in the dating world for a very long time. But I imagine maybe, I don't know, this is episode 200. We've talked about all kinds of shit. What would be your biggest concern just sleeping with somebody for the first time and you don't know them?
sleeping with them for the first time, the biggest fear. I think it's me. I'm more on the intimate side, so it's just like if we're doing this, I thought it would be longevity, so I think it's like more so when they like leave and just like, all right, like after it's done, their persona changes. Like, all right, time to go, or I'm out. Like it was just like a one time
Oh,
deal.
that's interesting. So
Yeah.
that's
Well, you
not
wouldn't
even
want
my
it to be like
concern.
that?
No, I wouldn't want it to be like that. You said
I
like,
don't
what's the
blame you.
worst?
That's-
Like,
yeah, what's your biggest concern?
what's the biggest concern? It's just
Yeah.
kind of like, oh no, I just won that one time,
we're
one
very
off.
different.
Absolutely.
I'm
being
just fucking-
honest.
I know, and I'm just fucking with you. I was like, nah, but that's
I
real
can
shit.
understand
Yeah.
that though because it's an
Yeah.
investment in time. You
Right,
know what I'm
right.
saying?
That's how I feel. But other than that, like that probably. I mean, there's other things, but that to me is kind of like what's at the top of my head. It's kind of like, oh no, it's a one and done.
Huh.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that's it. I mean, other than shit like STDs and shit. But granted, you wear a
That
condom, you're
comes
good.
with it, yeah,
Yeah, it comes with
that
it.
comes with saying, "All right, we're just gonna strap up."
Right.
That's what I could think of. That's the only thing I mean, I really think is like if they're clean. But I don't know. I can't think of really much anything else because I don't mind that. I don't mind if I never see them again.
And you said dating?
Really?
No, she said
No,
just
I'm
sex.
saying I don't know.
Right, or-
I thought about just do you know what I thought about? Well, I listen to a lot of reggaeton, so there's a lot of like well, we're not restricted in language, right? There's a lot of talk about like oral sex and sleeping with people at the club and dance with them, which sounds wonderful, but I'm just so like, what if like the sex isn't good? Like, you know,
That's
what
a
I'm
make
saying?
or break
Like,
for most.
me, I'm not willing to risk that shit. Like, no, sorry. What if motherfuckers like, no, I don't give head.
Oh man, but there's
You know
some
what I'm saying? What if like there's certain things that I'm like, okay, that's cool, but I don't know. I feel like y'all gotta talk about
that
certain
happened to
things.
me, but it was like subcategory. But this one was different. Like
Subcategory.
I it's like, listen, I go down, but this one was like specific. I'm like, nah, I don't do that. Like they was like, oh yeah, like because I don't know how we got in the conversation talk about like eating ass, and I was like, I said nah, I don't do that, and then all of a sudden the atmosphere changed, and I was like a make or break. I was just like, Jesus Christ, like really? I was like that's out of everything that I said, that's the
Make or
one
break.
thing.
That's hilarious.
That's the one thing, make or break. But
That's
yeah,
the
other than
line
that,
in the
that
sand.
shit is funny.
But I think it's okay for people to have boundaries. I think that's not my issue here because we should all have them. But I don't know, man. That shit is concerning to me. I feel like it's like,
So that's like the aftermath.
If it's not good, it doesn't count.
It's like, did you
That's
really even?
No, I don't count it. If it's not good, I'm not.
I mean, we
Your
have
name,
some
I forgot your name.
non-memorable moments, and we don't remember them because they were that bad. We're like, oh yeah, that's right, I forgot because
What's their name?
what's exactly? I'm like, oh, that's why. Okay, I got it.
That's why,
I forgot because
yeah.
you forget
Yeah.
when you do. Because I have a count, like I write down all the names and whatnot, and I was like, and I went through the list, and I almost forgot like a couple, and I was just like, oh, I remember. That's why
That was
I
a
remember.
waste of my energy.
Right?
Do y'all
Mhm.
remember everybody?
Yeah, I remember. I wrote it down, so I remember everybody. But if you would have asked me verbatim, like I would take me a minute to remember. But like because I wrote it down, like I'm like, all right, I can tell you. Boop, 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 boop. I remember. But I also remember why it wasn't with them, or why it didn't work. And then that's usually the thing. But I kind of just like each one was like, to me, I was like, all right, next. I was like, maybe the next one will be better. The next one will be better. I'm not one of those verses where it's like, oh, this, I'm never doing it again.
No,
Nah.
I mean it's
You gotta
like,
keep going.
I'm of the theory that nobody's good at sex. It sounds stupid. Listen, we're only good at communicating well.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Because different people have different tastes. Sometimes you're compatible in that way. Sometimes you're not.
You
But
could be
most
good
things
in
you
one
could-
factor.
I was
and-
gonna say, but it's communication. Like you know what I'm
Right.
saying. Sometimes it's a matter of saying, "Hey, can you do X, Y, Z or whatever, or like express yourself in that way?" Because we're not mind readers, right?
Right.
But no, I can't, man. I can't.
So your concern is
I
that if
wouldn't
it's
want to
not
look
good.
up with somebody at a club. I don't like the idea of the one night stand thing, and it's like mostly because I don't know if it's gonna be good or worth it.
So that's the concern
Definitely.
before getting into it.
Yeah, like I don't.
So mine was I guess I answered
It's not
afterwards.
it's not even the prudish thing of like going on a couple dates. None of that stuff. I feel like it's like if before we even have sex, we need to talk about what you like. Like you know what I'm saying?
Some people rather have sex first and
Spontaneous?
then
I don't know.
and
guess-
then get to know
But
the
that's what I'm
person.
saying. If like you're into
Which I'm
that,
like,
you're into that. That's
right.
cool. I just don't want to fucking waste no. Man,
Energy?
listen, my back is bad. Y'all motherfuckers, listen. I'm not wasting no pelvic.
I didn't see that one coming.
Oh, she's like 200. We turn it up. Hold on.
No,
If this is-
Nat's
if
letting the
this is-
clip out.
If this is
She's letting the
200
clip
now,
Listen.
Oh my God.
Listen.
Continue.
How convenient is that? Wow. How convenient is
that really your meat?
fucking
Pause.
that?
No, we're not wasting no pelvic thrusts on
my God.
nobody. Okay.
The older
ain't
you
what
get,
I'm
the
thinking.
wiser.
You're not tough to me.
Wiser.
You're not the measuring stick of what street niggas listen
Oh
to.
my God.
that's gonna send that sound drop to them afterwards.
Oh my God. Oh shit.
Oh, this is all hypothetical too. This is all
It's
hypothetical.
all hypothetical.
No, okay. My whole thing that came up, I'm in a long-term relationship. So when you're, I feel like when you are in a long-term relationship, sometimes like you see people doing certain things and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'm not into that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that could be interesting, or nah, I'm not really into that. And then one of those things is like, I love going to the club, dancing. And one thing when I was younger, I'd go to the club all the time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I want to dance with somebody. I don't need to know your name. I don't need your number, nothing like that. I just want to dance. If it turns out that, kick it, whatever, fine.
I think that was the best
But
experience.
don't harass me after I have sex with you.
Right.
That shit is weird to me. Like, don't harass me, or don't
Yeah,
I don't know.
word.
Don't tell me you love me.
Is that the
I don't-
are you adding on to the if it's bad, and then you're saying also like don't harass
You're
me
clingy.
after clingy?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't
All
like
right.
that. I'm sorry. Don't do it.
No, it is a
You
turn
gotta
off.
step away.
It is a turn off. I mean, it doesn't matter. Honestly, I said it's like it doesn't matter if it's like really good, but it's just like, yo, like please stop blowing up my phone because I
Yeah.
got shit to do. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
We're
it takes
We're
some-
not explicitly together. Like,
Right.
I owe you a level of respect, obviously, but please don't blow up my phone. And then I thought to myself, like, well, I haven't had to deal with that in a really long time.
And now you
I
think-
know, I'm like, I'm good. I'm not missing out.
He's like, I'm not missing
I'm not
that.
missing out, man.
Oh
So
my
you know what I'm
God.
saying? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy when you're out the game, but it's even you know what I think
Yeah,
the
y'all
ultimate
at the game.
the ultimate test is temptation, man. That's the ultimate test. Like after you have what you thrive to have. It's there, and then all of a sudden, the he's in a relationship radar goes, and everybody wants to talk to you.
That's so weird. I don't even.
It's just to me. It's just like mind boggling. I'm just like, so I was talking to you already, and you weren't ready, and then I'm with somebody else. Now you're instantly. And then
I don't know. That's strange to me. I feel like that just has to. I feel like that's the hamburger analogy thing, like that kind of.
I gotta hear this one. I never heard this one before.
You've heard it. I just call it that because I don't know the fucking name. It's like if your friend has a hamburger and then you want it. You know what I'm saying? You fucking ordered some bullshit like lobster, and then you're like. I want that.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I can't grasp that kind of thing.
Because people want what they can't have.
I mean, like,
well, they
me,
can have it.
That's not attractive to me. Like somebody else being in a relationship and then trying to pursue it if their partner doesn't know that. Like that's not honorable to me. You
People
get what
don't
I'm saying?
have
So
honor.
that's not attractive. I don't know, man. Like okay, like what makes you attractive to somebody, right? What are the ABCs of attraction in that sense?
I think it's they want that how they make that person feel. Like they see what they're doing with that person.
Yeah, it's like a fantasy. Like it's like they've created a fantasy in their mind. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you see the fucking burger for, Burger King on TV, but then when you get it, it's like, oh, okay.
Well, they also lie in that aspect. That's that.
But people
that's
lie
all.
on social
That's
media
like-
too,
that- like-
and
that's
people
like
can only
escorts, too.
perceive-
Right.
Yeah, but people can only perceive what you give them. They don't know the ins and outs of your relationship. They can only perceive and make, and that's why I say people are like almost like fantasizing about this shit.
Right, and then when they realize what a relationship takes, you're only seeing what they want you to see.
You're like, oh, hard work, that's sexy.
Right.
You know?
Nah, but and back to what you were just saying before though about just messing with somebody at the club and you don't know if the sex is good and you gotta deal with that shit.
I don't want to deal with that.
What if for the people out there that get escorts, like you really don't know what you're getting yourself into?
Well, that's
no.
I mean,
I don't agree with that.
well, you mean like
Why?
getting an escort?
Because with an escort, it's very specific.
Like
If
you know what you're there for.
No, but you don't know who you getting because they show the photo, but it's never really them.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
mean,
that's all-
Would you be mad if I don't know? Like if I hired an escort and like it's like you look mostly like you did in the photo, I'm not gonna fucking trip.
Or
My
how
thing
long
is if
ago?
I'm hiring somebody for sex to fulfill whatever need it is that I want to fulfill, I might very well be specific of that need. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I want to be tied up. Oh, let me get this escort that specifically knows how to deal with that thing. Do you get what I'm saying?
These escorts be like 6 feet tall.
Hey, whatever you're into, man.
Listen.
I know some people that like to get stepped on.
Listen.
I know all kinds of shit. Just pay me for it.
Listen.
I'll step on you for $500.
Man, I have no problem with any.
$500.
Listen,
30
I'm
minutes?
there's no real preference, more so personality. If you're an asshole, then it ain't happening.
That's not hot. Like, I don't know.
I don't know why people they have pride. There's people that have pride and it's like, oh yeah, I'm a bitch, blah blah. I don't care. Okay, that's cool for you. You can stay over there. I don't know why people put themselves through that. Maybe it's like years of trauma, and then I could deal with it. I could take it. Other people can't take it. But it's not. You're trying to take something that's toxic and trying to make that longevity, and they get mad when other people are like, yeah, I don't go through that.
Yeah, like that's not healthy.
Yeah, that's not healthy, man. But they try to turn that unhealthy into like, oh no, you could just take it. I was like, nah, man, I'm not.
It's a strength when it's like not a choice.
Right. I was like, come on, man, I ain't dealing with that shit. Nope.
Yeah,
no, sir.
That shit's
Like,
just immature.
like someone told me, it's like, yo, what happens if your girl put hands on you? I was like, then I'm leaving.
Yeah.
It's like, why? Why would you leave?
Because you have a choice you have the choice to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, people every day wake up in unhappy relationships and decide this is the day that I'm going to leave my partner. This is it.
Right.
And you know what? Their reasons might be fucked up or they might be very good, but that's their prerogative. You know what I'm saying? Like, my thing is like, don't, explain yourself. Like, you can't just fucking abandon people.
Yeah, you gotta say
families
something.
involved. Like, you have to express yourself and then move on.
Yeah, you definitely gotta say something like that. Leaving and not saying, like, granted, it is your choice, but you do have to give the person respect.
I was gonna say, yes, like the respect to express yourself in that sense.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a great. Not a lot of people were like raised with that type of respect. You know what I'm saying? They just be like, well, their reality is what matters. So it's like, oh, to me that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
And
it
some
makes
stuff
sense.
could be worked
Yeah.
on, but some stuff can't. And
Right.
you know, like that's a hard line in the sand. I agree with you. Like physical abuse, fuck that shit.
Just leave.
Yeah.
Why
Fuck
they shouldn't?
that
They,
shit.
they don't need an explanation.
You don't need.
Not at
There's no
all.
explanation that is good enough. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like I think there's certain things where it's like no, you just have to go.
Yeah,
If you can safely do that, you have to go. You know.
yeah, there's certain shit you should not have to fucking tolerate. Well, you know, like you just got to make that decision.
Right. So it's like, so for fellas, if your ladies put hands on you, just fucking leave. Like don't even waste your time with that. Like, because if it was vice versa, that clearly would be a problem. So you gotta get the fuck out.
Yeah, word.
You know what I'm saying? It's not acceptable either end.
No.
Word. One question that we did get actually on the Instagram when I put on a poll is, at what point in success do people begin to forget where they came from?
I don't know.
Oh, I can tell you.
I'm like I don't know. He's like I know.
I'm about to
Let's
let
go.
the clip out on
Let
this
it-
one.
Let it out,
Go
sir.
Hold on. So I'm gonna tell you when it's gonna happen. When you start, all right. Let's see how this works.
He's gonna get comfortable for this
You gotta
one.
get comfortable
Yes.
for this one.
Hold on, I'm about to blow y'all back.
Right, I'm about to look back on this one. So when I started the magazine, no one knew who I was. They didn't even take me seriously, and this is me coming out of the blue because before that, I was just kind of just graphic designing. I didn't have no. There was no solid portfolio that I was posting. So not to say there was no purpose, but there was no direction in like my art style. So then when the magazines started to get popular, I already had friends who were with me before anything got any attention. So as you grow with your friends essentially grow too, but they can't be yes men. And so what ends up happening is there needs to be some contrast. A lot of people who get up there, they don't understand that everything that your friends are not going to always say yes to everything you do. They will say like, yo, that's not a good idea. You shouldn't do it. And then we're in this weird culture where because they oppose a certain decision, we need to say, no, that's hate. Nah, you hating on me. You don't want to see me succeed. I'm cutting you off, and then that's it. And then they start accumulating new friends, but how they vet these new friends, they're vetting not for people who are contrasting to them or complimenting them. They're looking for people to essentially agree with everything they say. Kind of like, you like a girl, you like a guy, whatever it may be, and then, they start laughing at jokes when it's not funny and whatnot. Essentially, they're searching for that kind of vibe. And it's like, oh, yeah, they just like everything I do and whatnot. And they start vetting and they start getting those type of people around them. So by the time they get there, their ego gets out of control because their circle, they're not checking them. And then they're not listening to family. No, anyone that wasn't even in their circle in the beginning, they already got replaced by then. But the people who more humble, they usually have the same people that they grew up with, or they have people who are more so contrasting, but in a creative way, a constructive way. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say hang out with someone that always says no to you, but hang out with someone who has a great sense of judgment.
I was gonna say, bouncing ideas is like super important.
Right.
Like just building on stuff in that way. Bounce your ideas off of your friends, in short.
Yeah, definitely bouncing your ideas off short, and I had Lenny for that. We throughout the whole process, I'd be talking to him, bouncing ideas. Yeah, we bumped heads, but that's normal. But we were best friends prior to the magazine. So it was just so that you keeping that as time goes by, it's better than letting your ego just fucking lose it. Some people don't even want people around them because they don't even want a chance for them to either say yes or no. It's like, no, I'm just gonna do everything by myself and then just work with
That's
people.
exhausting.
Exactly. I'm just want to work with people but not have any friends in my circle. You know what I'm saying? And that's where, like I said, if your ego, in order for it to check, you need yourself, but you also need a second opinion and a third opinion and a fourth opinion. You know what I'm saying? Granted, you are the person that makes the final decision, but essentially,
you need various perspectives.
Right, you need various perspectives to kind of all right, I can't, I had, so for example, I had to hit up my friend I was like, yo, I'm about to make a big purchase. Does this make sense? And I made a chart and I sent it to him, and he looked through it. And he was like, I don't think you need this. I don't think you need that. And why you need this? Are you going to use it? I was like, oh, man, you're right. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have definitely just got it. And then I'm like, oh, man, I shouldn't have got that. You know, I just need to see it from someone else's perspective. And it just made sense. So that's my answer to when people, they change when they get success, is because they let their ego out of control without it being checked, because of the new culture of anyone contrasting to me is essentially a hater. And that's it.
Okay, well, so what's an example of when someone forgets where they came from?
A great example of that is, how can I say this? To forget where they came from. All right, so if I was working with a group of people, right, and they were supporting me. They were buying the magazines. Some of them may have posted the magazine, you know what I'm saying, to support it. And then the moment I get my success and it comes to like shouting out people, or I'm having an event, instead of reaching out to the people who cared, I don't do any reaching out to the people who care. I don't give them no shout outs and whatnot. If I made a lot of money and I was, donating to a certain place, are those people still working at that location? Should I just go there first and like, yo, this is the first place where people supported me and blah blah? That's when you'll know, like, yo, if you're not supporting the people or trying to shout out people who you started with, then you need to look deep within yourself, because you didn't get there all by yourself. Someone helped you out some way, shape, or form.
Somewhere along the line.
Right. Someone shared your music when no one else was sharing it. You shouldn't forget those people. You should write it down, if anything, so that way you don't forget. You know what I'm saying? And then years later, be like, I thank you for helping me out here. You know what I'm saying? So show some gratitude.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of that. Like, you get so successful, you forget how to be grateful. Yeah. And reach out and show some gratitude of how you started. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Especially like another example, a singer. She's a top singer, but she started in church. Like, you started in church, right? So then that means that, did that not help your growth of singing every single Sunday? Or you say, oh yeah, I was just singing, and not mention church at all, like where you started from? I don't know. They forget all the time. People don't mention Jersey either. Like, oh yeah, I got successful, but where did you start? They started acting in Jersey. That's it.
Nat, anything?
No, I think that you hit the nail on the head. Very specific. I like that. Yeah, because I couldn't think of any other circumstance. I mean, besides, there's always going to be people that feel like, you may have forgotten about them if you know that you're putting in that work. And I think you're perhaps even, giving back in that way. If you're capable of giving back in that way, then there's always gonna be people that don't feel that way. You know what I'm saying? That feel that you forgot about it because they specifically feel like you forgot about them. Right. That's all. Yeah. But I think you hit the nail on the head.
That's actually the direction that I was gonna go. Just even like a little bit more to the other side of it, because it's like, okay, at what point do people in success begin to forget where they came from? I kind of want to speak to the people that are feeling like that, And like I said, I really wouldn't know too much of this, because I don't think I've reached that point of a quote unquote success, what I guess they're defining it as. But just from watching other people, you know what I'm saying? Like I watch Eric Thomas, I watch Grant Cardone. I see these people that reach this high level of quote unquote whatever they call success or whatever, right? I think sometimes people honestly forget that people grow, right? People adapt. You're not going to keep the same friendships. Like, yeah, you said about, okay, remembering the friends. Yeah, that's great. But we both know that, like, you've had to cut off people this year.
Of course.
And, we all have to do those things. So it's like, I think those people sometimes will be like, oh, well, they forgot where they came from. But it's like, no, you weren't good for me.
Well, yeah. And I think you have to respect people's growth. That's why I thought that, you hit it on the head, because the first thing that I thought of was, how do you define someone forgetting where they came from? And the first thing that comes to my mind, I grew up in Patterson, you know what I'm saying? Like, for me, the first thing that comes to my mind is like maybe an artist that, was born and raised in Patterson, got their first come up there, and maybe, at this point they're maybe making millions or, hundreds of millions, let's say. Dude, fucking donate once to a fucking school or something. I don't know what to tell you, but you could inspire somebody if you're in that much of a position of power. Am I mad for you for not doing that? No, that's your prerogative. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go ahead and say that person forgot where they came from, because I mean, depending on where you come from, maybe you want to fucking forget where you came from.
Yeah.
And I think, depends on the circumstances that kind of surround certain things. Something could have been pivotal to your success, but also traumatizing to you. Do you want to always remember that? Like, you could obviously make notes of it, but that doesn't necessarily have to always be something that you pivot back to. You might say, I'm going to give love to those people who showed me love. And however you want to do that, whether it's with money or supporting another artist or another small business that's growing, I think we have to kind of think within our means of what we're capable of doing alone and what we're capable of doing together with other people, kind of crowdsourcing certain things.
1,000%. Because it's like, I think it comes down to that conversation of, okay, when what level is forgetting? You know what I'm saying? Because I hear a lot of times,
for everybody.
yeah, for everyone, it's just like,
it's too easy to forget too if you're moving forward. Like, if I'm always busy moving forward, doing this meeting, doing that meeting. Like, there's no, unless you write it down, you're gonna forget. You have to write it. You have to schedule something.
But not even that. Sometimes, let's be real too. Sometimes a lot of people, they want X from not doing much. Like, okay, I get you were saying the support thing, right? Let's be real. There's very few people who actually really do support, like heavy support. You know? There's not many of Nats and Zanes and like, so like for them, liking a photo is support. Sharing a photo is support. That's not support. Like, that's just some social media shit. Like, I guess that helps, on a very small level of support.
Showing up, paying.
That's
for
what I'm
something.
saying. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, for every single person that likes a photo, you're gonna be like, oh well, I have to now remember.
If likes cost $1, there would be no likes.
That's what I'm saying. So like, that's kind of where I'm getting to, like almost a balance of it. Like, okay, like, yes, the person or the influencer or the whatever the person is, they have to 1,000%. They definitely should remember where they came from, and like you said, who supported you, who was there for you, who rocked with you, who was by your side, your city, what built you. But then there's also, I think, a lot of people that you didn't do anything and you're looking for a handout, or you looking for a job, or you're looking for something, like you feel like almost like it's expected.
Yeah.
Just because.
People feeling entitled.
And obligated. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I say that I think there's always going to be people that feel that way, no matter what genre I think of work that we're thinking about. There's always going to be people, that feel that way. But I don't know. I feel like we're obligated to keep certain people in our circles that are reciprocating. I think the way that we maybe might expect to have that reciprocation to us. And I think especially if we're building on a dream, you know what I'm saying? Like, at some point or another, especially when money is involved, you have to make hard choices, and it sounds crazy, you know what I'm saying? But like, if you are to, include everybody, that obviously it's not impossible. Like, I think that there's easy fixes for those people that like your post. Do a giveaway. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can do a weekly shout out. I mean, there's small fixes, easy fixes to show different levels of appreciation.
Word. Yeah. That is a good idea. You're right. And adding those in, kind of like what you were saying, like writing that down. So I think, between the both of y'all, that is actually a really good plan.
Like, I feel like that's kind of like equivalent to, for me, like for a celebrity doing a free show or something like that. Or I don't know, like shouting out a fan. I don't know. It seems like such a very simple fix, and those people that you feel like really, really gave you, I think, that help, then you show them different gratitude.
Right. When Kevin Hart goes back to his old high school.
Yeah, that's gratitude.
Right there.
You inspire all those kids that,
Right. You started there. So maybe another kid, maybe another Kevin Hart might come above because you showed face. There's a lot of people like Richard Pryor. He took people under his wing and whatnot. Who else? And Eddie Murphy appreciated that. And then Eddie Murphy himself, like, I'm gonna, keep pushing forward and do the same thing the best that I
100%.
could. And it's you gotta keep doing that.
Yeah.
Like Kevin Hart was working with Tiffany Haddish, and she was struggling, and he was helping her out as it went by. And then he's like, yo, I'm gonna, put you on in different situations. But like the fact that he still was at a high celebrity status, and like as he was going up and whatnot, but he didn't forget, you know what I'm saying? Because he was doing stand up with like people like Tiffany Haddish and a couple other people. He never forgot. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of gratitude that you need. That just builds character.
Yeah, because my
100%.
thing is here's how I see it. If I decide, that I get to a certain point where I want to charge somebody X amount of money for, my work, and let's say I have a sliding scale, and I charge somebody that I know has a lot of money, I charge him X amount for, let's say, a mural. I charge him for obviously my time, supplies, my knowledge. Say I charge somebody $5,000. If that money that I charge you is helping me continue to do some work, I'll take it. In that sense that maybe 1,000 of that goes towards donations, and that 1,000 changed somebody's life in a way that's kind of like indirect.
Right.
So like every person that you help in that way has an opportunity to help somebody else. It's not all on our shoulders, and so I think to that effect, we shouldn't have to do that alone. I think gratitude is also something that can be like outsourced. I guess it sounds silly, but you can outsource it. Like when you help somebody else, they have an opportunity to help uplift somebody else as well. Whether they choose to do so is on them. But sometimes even just having that same type of gratitude towards you, that somebody helped you out in a certain way that was life-changing, will inspire somebody else to kind of continue to pay that forward in that sense.
Right.
Word. No, that's true. That is definitely true, and I like the different options too. For people.
Yeah.
That's dope.
What was the question? I almost
He
forgot.
always does that every episode. I'm gonna make a compilation of like.
I just need
What
like
was the
words
topic?
floating.
What was the topic?
So what were we talking
And he's
about?
not high, people. He's not high.
No, I'm not.
I'm gonna make a couple last calls. You got any calls? You anyone want to like surprise call anybody at all, or?
Oh, I'm not a phone call kind
I'm
of
not a
person.
phone.
Oh.
Yeah.
I talk to my grandma, my
That's
mama
it?
on the phone.
Let me try to
Right.
see. I'm gonna try
I
to.
don't got no. I don't really got anybody.
If y'all have anyone, let me know. We
Nah.
call them. I'm gonna make like 3 calls. Let's see if anyone answers. Just because it's 200. Some friends of the show. Oh, hold on. Yo. You are live on the podcast right now.
There he is.
It is episode 200.
You're on episode 200.
Yes, sir. I had to give you a call, man. Had to say what up.
That's a milestone because when we first did when I was first on the podcast, what episode was it?
3.
3.
Episode 3.
That is
97
crazy.
episodes
197 episodes later and still kicking.
Yeah. Well, then you were on like one more after that. You were on one more. You and Bacon.
Oh, true.
But that was man, long time.
Holy crap, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. We gotta get you back on soon.
Yeah, no, we definitely got to get back on. But it just goes to show that it's 200 episodes, and it feels like it's just getting started.
Word, yo. We here right now. We got Zane in the building. We got Nat. We here at the studio.
Whoop whoop.
All right, the original OGs.
Yes.
Zane the OG.
And then Tay, though. Tay couldn't be on this one. But you know, actually, Tay.
Ty Gaines the man.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, Tay's the man, bro. Tay's been out. He's been grinding.
Yeah, man. Tay's a freaking man.
Word.
He's come back to Jersey.
Exactly. We've been trying to get him to move out here.
Yo, for real, he needs to get out of North Carolina and come up here.
Word. Hey, everyone go follow Crispy. His clothing brand blew up. It went crazy. Got all the fucking NBA stars wearing the merch and everything. Fucking, yeah, you've been doing your thing too, man.
Thanks, man. We all got to stay crispy, and everything behind it has a positive message. That's the most important thing.
Exactly. All the pieces. Yep.
Yep, everything has a positive message, and that's it. We just keep on fucking rolling till the wheels fall off.
Right, get fired up.
Get fired up. See?
Get fired up. I did a little clip. You guys want to check the clip on the story yesterday? I went nuts.
I saw you coming back or what?
Yeah, I'm highly debating it to make another fucking round of videos and motivational speeches because the world needs more of it.
Exactly, man. Come through.
Yeah,
you
I need more of that hype. I need to get fired up.
See?
I'll be looking forward to those videos.
Zane's fired up in the back there. Let's go.
Now he's waiting for you. You got to fire him up.
True.
Come on, bro. The t-shirts, man. I'll buy you a pack of t-shirts.
Oh, man. I went through mad t-shirts. Remember, I used to rip them.
Yeah. now you can't rip your shirts now because now they're your brand.
Now, that's crazy.
Now, actually, you
wear
never.
your shirt under it.
Yeah, wear your shirt underneath it. Nah, he was doing it and just wearing his bare chest.
I can still do it.
That actually would be good branding. Even if you ripped your own shirt, bro, it would be good branding.
And it's like, get fired up, and just ripped off the shirt.
I gotta get to the gym so I can be more stronger.
Yeah,
some of those shirts be a little difficult.
Yeah, that's a little tough. It's not like them weak materials anymore.
Word. But all right, Chris, I just want to give you a call. We got to close. I got to make like one more phone call. Just had to see what's up, man.
All right, so you guys already know. All right, Zane, keep getting fired the fuck up. You and that.
Word. Will do, brother. Have a good one.
Peace. Fucking crispy. I'll make one more phone call. See what they're doing. Dum. Zane, tell me a story.
I have no stories to tell.
Lies.
I have a story to tell.
Tell me a story.
So basically, I was on Amazon and I was looking up vibrators, and somehow
Yes.
found
Oh
out
my
that-
God! No, there was no warm up for this one. Jesus Christ! Let the clip out. All right.
And basically,
Oh, wait.
no, that's fine.
No.
That's a good cutoff. No, that's perfect.
Hello. It's a little dark in there. Jay, do you hear us?
Is that Jay Foss?
No.
Jaylene.
Jaylene,
Oh, Jaylene.
do you hear us or no? Connection lost. Let me try calling on this. Oh shit.
What's on the Bluetooth?
Hello. Were you sleeping?
Yep.
All right, hold on. All right, Jay. Yeah, we got you live on the podcast. It's episode 200. We're with Nat and we're with Zane.
Hola.
Hey.
All right. I could not have closed out episode 200 without giving you a call. Nap time, yo. I need a nap right now.
I was gonna say that's the
What?
best part about being young is
Right,
being able
the
to nap
naps.
whenever you want.
Man, no bills, no
That's
work.
like the only thing.
There she is.
That's the only thing I miss. Hey, honey.
She's like, you don't gotta work, right? No schedule, only just school.
Oh man, I might do that with my room. Put the LEDs on the wall,
What? Her
on
room
the
is
ceiling.
lit.
Not
Look,
even this
nah,
one.
Her room is lit.
That is lit. I might have to
Dude.
do that.
Nice.
That changed my whole room.
It's around the whole entire perimeter too.
Right, that's dope.
So what's up, Jay? What's going on?
I was on TikTok.
And then you fell asleep.
No. I fell asleep for a couple hours where I woke up and I just took a TikTok break.
You took
I took a TikTok.
TikTok
Aw.
break. All right, cool.
Yeah, you have to check what's happening.
I feel
That's
you.
gonna be the new
Oh wow,
news.
that's interesting.
I'm just waiting for my mom to tell me when the bathroom's open.
And then shower time.
Yeah, I want it to be showered with. They're always in there. I mean,
It's okay. We're gonna edit that, Jay. We're live right now. We're recording. The whole world hears you. The millions and millions of people that listen.
Best response ever. You.
Great response. What were we talking about?
We were just talking about
Friends. Like support. Like when you're successful, when does when do you forget about the people, like your come up? Like when do you forget about the people that were with you when you started? Like when does that happen in your career?
When do you think that happens, Jay? You watch a lot of celebrities and stuff. When do you think they forget where they came from?
They never forget. I mean, like if you were talking about friends and stuff, I've never forgot. I always remember every single friend I've ever had in my life. Even though they're not with me here today, I will always remember them.
Hey, well, that's because you actually care about the friendships you make, and also you don't just make friends if you don't really want to be friends with them. Like you're genuine. She's like, there's ungenuine people.
Yeah, there's people that don't want to be friends with people.
Then why would they be friends with them? That makes no sense.
Adults do strange things.
That's a good question.
Yeah,
especially when they have a hidden agenda.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, it makes so much sense when you say it.
Listen, I'm telling you,
it makes so much
kids
sense.
know the answers to the questions that adults ask.
They do.
Right, and
it's very simple.
And then they look at the situation like, then why don't you just do that? And it's just like, that's what I said.
Yeah, we're saying the same thing.
We're saying the same thing.
Yeah, like Jay has the best answers to all of our topics. I'll be like, yeah, Jay, this was the topic.
You got 5 seconds. Go. 10 seconds done.
It's gonna be a new segment, like 10 seconds with Jay.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Answers question, answers it in 10 seconds. That makes sense.
The most complicated question.
How do you make friends as an adult? Just make them.
Just make them. Boom, right there. Drops
just
mic. I would have never thought.
Hard. If you're drowning, just breathe. Oh my god.
What is if you're drowning in life?
Just breathe.
You're like, wait, sorry, that came out wrong.
It's like I just breathe. You're right.
Yeah.
What was I thinking about?
Now that we're in the 200s, we'll start up this segment. 10 seconds with Jay. Ask the most craziest, intense questions.
That's hilarious.
I think it would pop.
What's the meaning of life?
What's the meaning?
What's the meaning of life? 10 seconds.
To live.
There's no meaning.
Oh, nah. There's a meaning.
You make your own.
Mine would be to live. That's it. What's the meaning of life? To live. Or wait, what's the answer? What's the answer of life? 47.
It's always 47.
It's 47, 42.
47?
Is it 47, 42?
I don't know, man.
You know, someone broke that
I have
down.
no idea.
I'll put that in another segment or whatnot. Someone broke that number down and it made sense. I was like, I think it had to do with like an equation on like the DNA code. It was like a genetic thing, and then they count it, and it actually equaled 40. So they answered your question. So it was a number, but it answers your question.
I never even knew that 42
That's
had anything
interesting.
to do
Yeah,
with it.
I'll show you, and it breaks it down. It's hilarious, and it was in a book called The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and it was and then he asked that question, and then they gave him a number, and he was just like, that doesn't make any sense, but it does make sense. It does make sense.
To do with the Fibonacci series, guys. There you go.
Is it?
I'm just throwing it out there.
But all right, Jay, we will call you back because we have an adult segment now with Nat. So thank you, Jay, for answering and dropping the gems. None.
I'll have to go too, anyways.
Womp womp womp.
42.
Bye, Jay.
42.
Okay, now that our kids segment is over.
Well, basically, what I didn't know was that you can't sell sex toys on Amazon.
You can't.
You can, because I seen it.
You can, but if you do, tell me what's different about that. The title.
Oh, you're right.
And
Right.
so, I thought it was hilarious that in order for these companies to keep their toys up, people were, what's going on?
What
That thing
is
going
that?
off.
Phones are going crazy.
Yeah, what happened? They was like, you touched me. Basically, people will comment like reviews, but they'll write the review like they're talking about a book. So they're like, this book was the best book I ever read in my life. Must read. And I'm like,
Must read, all right.
yeah,
Who's doing the reading?
And yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know how you're reading at all.
You can't read.
I was just
Cross-eyed.
gonna say,
Right.
I was like,
That's
if you're not seeing stars, you're doing it wrong.
It's a book like.
I'm like, I wanted to read one of the reviews, and I thought that shit was hilarious. But of course, because since they delete them, I could never find the same one. I haven't bought any. It's a clit sucker, but I haven't bought any. It's a thing, but it looks wild.
I'm gonna leave a long gap after the kids segment and the adult section.
No, that's a whole different podcast.
It's gonna be like a 10-minute gap.
That is hilarious.
Let me see.
That
I
is
wonder.
interesting.
Look, it says dietary, handheld, powerful, personal, electronic, wireless.
Yo,
Now, that's so funny you said that because I always find the female stuff, but it's never stuff for the guys.
Because it's like very obvious.
It's a neck massager. That's what I'm looking for.
And there was one. Oh, the reviews fucking had me cracking up. Let me see.
The reviews.
The
So
fucking
do they give
reviews.
real reviews or do they give like the?
she just said about the book.
You have to say if you're gonna review it. It has to say.
Some of them will say it. My wife likes the personal functions, and then the other ones that had me cracking up was just when they wrote them as book reviews or like I don't know, like, oh, this pan, I cooked the best meal I ever had in this pan. And I was like, y'all are fucking crazy. One comment was like, believe what the person said underneath me. Whatever they say is true.
Right.
Like,
I did
That's
read
good.
one of the reviews, and I think it was the clit sucker one. The clit sucker one. It was so what it was. Someone was mentioning a sex toy. So then when I looked it up, right, it was the review on it was so hilarious. I almost passed out. She said that I literally died, saw Jesus, came back, and then she was like, and it was the next day, and I was like, what? I don't even like based on review. I wanted to buy it.
You're like, damn, I want to feel like that.
Whatever that
Shit.
is, let me
Yo,
get
that get your apple pie back and you're lit.
right.
Listen, I
Oh
went
my
to
God.
CVS. Was it CVS? I think it was CVS. I got my first vaccine, and I was like, oh, damn, they're like selling like vibrators now at the store. Fuck it, I'm about to get one.
Is that the CVS on
I don't
the
know. It
one?
was
Not
in
I'm not gonna say the location, but you know
It
what?
was in Passaic.
Okay.
And I'm like, damn, I should get one. But then there was a guy, he was like doing restock, and I was like, I'll wait until next time.
So what more color variations are
He
out?
was restocking pads, and I was just like, dog, why you have to be right there?
Oh, it's like I'll come back
It's
again.
right there. I was like, I'll come back later. But I never went back.
Nah, see, I used to care about shit like that. Now I don't give a fuck. Now I just ask the cashier for the Viagra. I don't give a fuck. I used to, you know what I'm
Comes a
saying?
point where you don't care. I remember
You're
that
old. I'll catch a whole fucking heart attack.
I don't give a
Catch a
fuck.
fucking heart attack.
One
Nah,
time
sometimes
I
like to
got-
live dangerously.
right.
You live dangerously.
Because I used to care when it came to condoms. I remember I always be like mad, especially when like condoms, I'd be like on the table looking around, get it.
Yeah.
So then put it to the counter real quick. And then one time when I bought it, this guy from 7-Eleven must have been having the best day. He's like, I put the condom down and then he looked at me and then he just dropped the 4-hour energy drink right there.
He's like, it's about midnight.
He's
right
like,
now.
yeah, man, here, get yourself a 5-hour energy. And then he's like, you want one of the pills over there? Like, nah, boss, I'm good. I think I'll take the 5-hour energy drink though. But I'm good
Yo,
though.
their face is always lit when you buy condoms or you buy that Viagra.
Yo, it's
shit.
crazy.
They just like you changed their whole day.
Like, I only wish that you just went like this, beep,
Right, and it just,
beep.
yep.
All right, your total is $32.50. Do you like to use a discount on that?
and
Right.
they be mad loud too. I'm like, fam, let me get that one right there. And they're like, oh, you want this one? Oh, the maximum, like the platinum, all night. And it's like 10 people behind me. I'm like,
You're like, yes.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
that
Absolutely. I want everything
Right.
that you're
yeah.
asking
And
about.
then, like I said, and then a couple years in, I just was like, all right, bro, let me get that one. Let me get the maximum 5 hours.
Thank
Right.
You know what I'm
very
saying?
much.
Last 5 days, can't do
He
nothing.
said last 5 days. Can't leave your house.
Can't leave your house.
Can't
for
leave the
nothing.
house. Can't water plants.
You can't do
I was
nothing.
gonna say where
Hey.
everything turns you on. You're like,
Hey, look, you had a
you're like, is that a lamppost?
like, ooh.
I'm not coming back to the studio.
Like, what?
Everything just looks like
Everything is sexy.
everything
now.
is sexy.
You're like, damn, that chair leg is looking real voluptuous.
right? It's like, Joe, why we have so many fruits in this house? These pears
Yeah,
are
yeah,
looking
yeah.
mighty
There's gonna be an apple
voluptuous.
pie right
I
next
was
to it,
gonna
sir.
say-
So let's go. Let's go.
Yo, I'm gonna slip this guy one day in Viagra.
It's already a problem already.
I
I'm
would
Jamaican.
never do that. That's hilarious.
No, because that's what I'm saying. It just intensifies it.
Jesus Christ, man.
Just imagine
I don't
being.
know how you guys live with the sex drive like that. I just can't.
It's just crazy. But you know what it is? Your blood goes in one place. You get lightheaded quick. I'll tell you that. That's what happens. I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, yeah.
You
pretty
get
much.
lightheaded.
Headaches.
A
You
lot
just
of
gotta fuck through the
headaches.
pain.
You just
You just gotta fuck through the pain.
That's it.
Just get some water. Don't
Like
be a
women
bitch.
don't have to deal with this stuff.
Oh my
Like
God,
it's
wait,
crazy.
Wait, how many times has this happened to you? Oh my God.
What? Just that? What depends? It
No,
depends on the
how
Wait,
many
the
emotion.
headaches?
times have you been like mid-sex and then you're like your mouth is so dry and you're like, wait, hold on, need to
I lose
stop
track of time.
and get water and then I'll be right back.
She is the water.
No, dog. Fuck that.
So what ends up happening is
It's because Joe. It's because you've never had a dick in your mouth.
Yeah.
That's why. I think if you had
Hold on.
something, it's like. I feel like,
Oh wait, no, not that. one.
Here's a
Oh, yeah, I played all of them.
Mr. Chimney. What is the true smoke?
Oh my God.
I didn't mean that one. I didn't mean he
I
lied.
cannot tell you how many times I've heard heterosexual men say that shit, and I'm like, obviously you've never sucked a dick before, because how the fuck? Listen,
I ain't gonna lie.
I get what Joe said. I was responding. I thought you thought like
flat. You could breathe. Like my thing is, it's like
I did. She has a
y'all
point
need
there.
to.
Yeah, a point there.
Like, what, fuck that shit.
You know what it is, honestly. Like what I would thought you meant. I thought it was like in the exhaustion. I'd be waiting. I'm like, all right, you good? Are you recovering? As I go and get a bottle of water and drink it, because sometimes I felt like I was about to die because it's a workout. Do you?
It is
Let me tell you something. Have you ever just ran straight
Yes.
full strength, just full power, nonstop, right? So imagine that in the heat of the moment, and you forget to stop running. So you're like, yo, my heart.
You know what would be the most fucked up shit? It'd be the most fucked up shit when your fucking knees cramping, or your hip is cramping, and then the motherfucker got the nerve to say, "Wait, don't stop." And you're like,
Word.
Right, and then you just like, yo.
fucking knees. It's like a spaghetti.
Yo.
Yo, that
Yeah,
shit's a
or a Charlie
workout.
horse. You ever get a Charlie horse?
Yeah, you got
Oh,
to
man.
stretch it out. So one leg is extended out, and then the other leg has to like pick up for the slack, and you just kind of listen. I can't. You can't just stop, especially
you
if
got-
they're on the verge. You can't stop.
Nah, but you know you had a shape when the abs lock up.
Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst. I'm sorry. I don't even know how that happens. Like you be like there.
I think with enough sex, you can actually get like a six-pack, but
I know,
it never
1,000.
happens.
It never happens.
Yeah, I
it never
don't-
happens. It never fucking happens.
No, I've been thinking about that show. I'm like, yo, like, fam, if I had sex every day, I'm about to go get any relationship. If I had sex every day, I'd probably be fit.
Right.
Listen, I don't know anybody that wants to have sex every day.
You just gotta stretch. Just guys, stretch. Ladies, stretch.
No.
Just stretch before you do it. Just do that, because ain't nothing worse than in the moment and then you like
Listen, I'll be like, my fucking jaw hurts.
Oh yeah. Hear that
Chill.
before. Yep. I'm like, damn. And but I feel like the same goes vice versa. It depends on just the other person deciding whether to stop or not. Depends. Because I had jaw problem. Like, oh man. But I'm the one initiating, so it's just like, damn. You good? You
No,
good?
you gotta switch
Like,
it up.
give one the thumbs up, and then, all right, cool, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's exactly. Switch. If your jaw hurts, switch the position.
You ever like about to like go down on somebody, but then your knees just crack.
Right, that's
Every
age.
time,
That's
age.
how you know.
That's called mature.
That's mature. The fact that you continue to proceed, that shows they love them.
Fuck that.
I was gonna say, man, listen.
That might.
Fuck no, listen, that's too much.
Fuck that. I get comfortable. Fuck that. I'm like, yo, we here. We getting comfy.
I was gonna say,
we getting some knee pads, something, whatever we gotta
Yoga
do,
pad,
yo.
man.
Yeah.
Right, listen, get comfortable. Knee pads.
Little
if you
pillow by the
I was gonna
legs.
say, man,
You know what I'm
do
saying?
what
You gotta create like a little wedge.
Yeah, a wedge.
A little wedge.
Yep.
Y'all know what the wedge is. Don't act like y'all know what the
Yep.
wedge is.
Little
Little pillow wedge just to
Little-
help
yep.
you out. Yep.
Yeah.
You know
That's what I'm
it is.
saying. You gotta set it up. You gotta set the scene.
Motherfuckers fucked up in the game, man. They be thinking backs is arched, and it's like,
Right.
no.
It's like, yo,
You
like
crazy as hell.
it's the anatomy don't work
I was
like
gonna say,
that.
y'all are the contortionists.
Right.
This shit is not that.
Right. They be seeing, because you be seeing in like the porn videos.
The angles and all that.
Right.
shit.
You like, oh, they could do that too, because I seen they flexible. They must be
No.
flexible too. That don't work for everybody.
Go ahead and don't. I was gonna say don't watch the high budget films. Go ahead and watch motherfucking home videos and see how shit is going down in real life.
Reality.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Listen, people
nah.
be pulling hairs out of their mouth and shit.
Oh man, that's common. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
But like you don't miss a beat.
But anyone that wants all that wild shit is like, I don't know. Did you ever like really like get down like and have to do like the uncomfortable ass shit or like the shit like the car sex or like the in the bathroom sex real quick? Like
You ask if
those type of-
anybody.
yeah, because if they want all that crazy shit, it's like yo, like
I feel like though that's partly fantasy stuff though. Like I
I'm
feel like
going
it's like
for it.
part of what turns you on is it's what's in your head of like I guess how the interaction will go. But like
I think it's in the
shower
moment.
sex isn't fun either.
I feel like it's
the
fun
water's
if it's bigger.
It's not fun.
Like the
If the
stand,
shower, I guess sure, but like
but the standard size is not meant for really two people. You know what I'm
yeah, you
saying?
need
when
lubricant
you
in the
rich,
shower,
maybe,
man. You need
but-
like
Right.
fuck that.
I don't know, man.
I've
Like,
tried in this show, I almost died.
Did you have a rail? I have a rail.
No,
I like
I
a
don't
hot
have a rail.
shower.
Oh no, that sucks.
You fucking die.
She was the real.
Oh,
She was.
somebody got to hold on to
Yeah,
something.
that ass.
Yeah, it's always. I feel like it's just in the heat of the moment, but like certain situations, is like if you're obviously driving and then now you're in the backseat of the car, you obviously know where it's going. You know what I'm saying? I think it's honestly it adds to like if you're always having sex in the same location, it's always good to switch it up. You know what I'm saying? And I think those moments when we switch it up, it's like, yo, remember that time we did it
I was
in
gonna
there?
say, well, yeah, because you remember that, and then you're motivated to do it again.
Right. Opposed to like, yeah, we always have sex in this one designated.
You're-
Yo, just switch it up.
Dead
Just,
ass.
you know what I'm saying? If you want to
Try
rekindle
something
your
new.
relationship, like what are the places you having sex often? Where is it? Just find yourself
I
in
was
a
gonna say go to the fucking kitchen and fuck on the floor.
right,
And call it a day.
right, and then you be like, yo, remember that time we fucked in the kitchen?
I was gonna say when your
kitchen be the
family's over
spot.
for dinner and shit like that, you can be like, "Who was here earlier?" Cooking on the floor.
Right.
Okay.
How convenient is that? Wow.
Incredibly
How convenient is fucking
Yo,
that?
it's just funny. I just find that interesting. The older you
It is
get,
very
like
interesting.
you either it's like you don't. It's not that you don't care. It's just like, yo, you're trying to do different shit.
Well, I feel like though the older you get too, you're not trying to waste time on things that don't give you that gratitude and that joy, especially when it's a shared experience with somebody else. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like you want it to be good for them, for you.
Right.
You know, so it's like I don't know. Like I feel like as you get older, the sex should get better because in theory, you know more of what you like and you can communicate that
Yeah.
better. But
Right.
that's not always true. Obviously, not everybody's good at.
Some people
communicating
just
their
get
needs.
comfortable.
Sure, I mean, yeah, or I don't know, man. No. Fuck
It's-
that.
yeah, it's just-
We're gonna talk about it. Fuck that shit. I'm not gonna be miserable.
Word.
Communication is key, everybody.
It is. Talk to your partners, man.
1000%. Other than that, I think that's where it goes because this conversation can go a lot more left from
Hilarious.
here.
That's for episode 201.
Yes, that's for 201. All right, you see how we coming in the fucking 200s, all right? Fuck out of here.
That's how you end. Fuck out of here. Ooh, I got my delivery. Yay.
Here?
No. At the other
Oh.
place.
What are y'all shouting out for this week? Anything? What y'all got?
I'm gonna shout out the anime. I don't know if I said it. No, I didn't. All right, I'm gonna shout out the anime Jujutsu Kaisen. That show is fire. Thank you, Christian, for recommending it. And even though you're not in this episode, I still put you in the episode by mentioning your name.
Yes.
Thank you, Christian.
Shout out to Christian, man. Yo, we gotta get you on soon, bro.
Right. Next time you come in here, don't talk to Joe, because if you talk to me, I would have made you come here.
Nah, I don't want to force him. They didn't want to come.
Nah, you come. Next time you come.
I don't want to force him. But, Nat, what you got?
Joe, what you got?
What do I got?
Yo, is that sound good?
What?
Disrespectful. I don't even think that is Nat's number. That's a different
Let me
Nat.
see. No, that's not.
No,
That's not me.
Mad,
That's
dis-
not.
That's not me
You
with
know
two
another
T's.
Nat.
mad disrespectful.
That's like knowing another Phil.
I don't know any other Phils.
That's good.
Or Joe's, actually, come to think about it. I don't know any other Joe's.
I knew another Joe, but he had to go.
Word. Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I love hard body Joe. I love hard body Joe. Man, fuck out of that shit, man.
Yeah, right? Get the fuck out of here. Hey? That's how we coming. I don't give a fuck. All right?
Any of you radio personalities think you want smoke? Call me Mr. Chimney. I want smoke.
So, my shout out for this week, yo, is shout out to Val. Shout out to Val. Really, really dope entrepreneur, singer, right? Y'all, we've had her here on the podcast. If you are fans of us, listeners of us, supporters of us, you've probably heard about her, but if not, go check her out. Soulfully_Val and Reflections with Val. I've only been around Val for probably like a little more than a year, but we still obviously have, I'm just saying, just because she moved, have an amazing friendship. She just moved out, so good luck to her. Go follow her, go support her. She's going to LA to do big things, and it's really, really dope. So,
Congratulations, girl.
Congrats
And
to
safe
Val.
travels.
Yeah.
By the time you see this, you're probably going to be there already.
exactly.
Right.
Princess misses her already. You know what I'm saying? She was here a lot, always in the studio kicking with us and stuff, and always very, very, very supportive. And yeah, so shout out to Val. Yeah. Anything? No?
Yeah. All right. So I want to give a shout out to a call-in talk show on YouTube. It's called Secular Sexuality. It's founded by Dr. Darrell Ray, who's pretty much the founder of Recovering from Religion and also Secular Therapy Project. They've been doing some amazing work, but the show just covers all types of topics about sexuality without the, I guess like a religious lens that the world might put on certain things. And it's awesome. And so I'll leave you with this. Give yourself an orgasm, or better yet, give somebody else one.
I like
Therapy.
I like the fucking.
There's gonna be
energy.
a new segment only for Patreon's sex therapy.
I'm with that. Well, because that and Apple's coming out with subscriptions soon too, so we all have to sit down. We have to think about that and talk about that. So we have that. I just like that laugh. Also, shout out to the film crew for episode 2, aka 3, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, me and Zane just made some magic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we definitely made some magic. So shout out to everyone that was a part of that episode. You guys really, really helped me and Zane have everything go smooth. We kicked it. We had Susan. We had everybody there. It was really, really dope. Another powerful episode. I think we're going to have a really, really strong message with that. And then, yeah, that's that. Other than that, that's all I got. Just check us out. Subscribe to the YouTube. And make sure you follow everyone in individual accounts as well. I'm Zane Studios. I'm Zane Magazine. We got a magazine dropping anytime soon, right?
Yep.
New
The
issue?
15th of May.
15th of May.
Shit.
Every 15th or every other 15th?
No, every other 15th.
It's every other 15th of the month. All right, set a
Yep.
fucking alarm.
That's right.
All
It's
right,
gonna be fire. We got some fire content.
exactly.
There's gonna be more male models.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, Joe's gonna grow out his hair just so he could be like another, model.
He's gonna be sponsored by L'Oreal.
Y'all ready for Joe with hair?
I don't know. I like the
I'll
baldy.
take it, man.
It's gonna be interesting though.
Zane, I mean, I'm gonna tell you when we're done what we're gonna do. A little, maybe if he's down, only if he's down. If he's down, I don't want to force him in it. If he's down, I have a project.
I would say after Midnight Chaser, but I think by then you'll be done with what we were going to talk about after the podcast.
And it's quick. I'm done like a 6-minute thing. Not even long. Like a scream, something. But we'll talk about it after. All right. Yeah. Other than that, that's it. Also, Nat Cruz, you got to book. Are you available? Like, or are you booked for the year or what?
No. I'm booked until the end of June.
Beast.
Yeah. So I'm usually at this point. What I've been seeing is that I'm booked for about 4 weeks in advance. So if you want me, you're gonna have to wait till July.
Okay. Word. Nah. Fuck it.
But that's good.
Wait. Nat, it's May.
I know.
You know what that means? Might be soon.
You getting your tat?
We're gonna have to make a whole episode about it.
We'll see.
You gonna get your Z?
We're gonna have to zoom in on that.
Nah, it's gonna be
face.
it's another one, not the Z.
You gonna get the
Now
Z?
the Z will be later. This another special.
I gotta go for my Z.
Word.
I gotta go for my Z.
Ooh.
I'm dead ass.
That's
This guy
love.
thinks I'm playing too. Nah, I'm gonna do that.
You'll
shit.
be the first.
I'm gonna do that shit. Also, if anyone's getting married, all right, yo, what's
Holla at your boy Zane
What's Zane Studios
for
got?
them dope fire wedding shots that
That's
you'll
right.
never forget. People still remind me how awesome they are.
You
so
don't want to forget them.
Nope.
They're your wedding shots.
That's
Pay the
an
money.
internet.
It's a fucking
Pay the
movie.
man.
It is.
It
That shit
really
is a
is.
movie too. 'cause
can't
he
make
does
this
the
up.
video.
And you will cry when you rewatch it. I promise. Guaranteed tears.
You heard it from that.
Happy. Come on.
Word, because I know all y'all planning your weddings.
That's what you're really paying for, baby.
Right.
The memories.
Iconic.
Exactly. And don't be getting no half-ass bullshit, all right? Because they be out here coming up with some fucking generic-ass bullshit photos and videos. Don't get that shit. Get some fucking premium quality.
4K.
Right. 4K.
Watch that shit on your twin size TV.
Right. I'm telling you, it's, and I feel like this year I'm gonna be booked like crazy.
You shall.
The moment it opens, it's the floodgate.
Yeah.
Because now you already saw people already inquiring about weddings and whatnot.
Yep.
I know you're about to get destroyed to someone with tattoos.
It's done.
That's a wrap.
I just granted your wish.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Imagine if my phone blows up. Like, no!
It is done.
It is done.
It happened. But all right, y'all. I think that's it. We out of here. Therapy Without a Degree, chapter 200.
Boom.
200.
Peace.